Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to TeamODZ. Let's get going here. There we go. Got one person off the front here, doing 5 watts a kilo, has been since the start. Michelle leading this morning. Morning, Ray.
Good morning. Hey, I'm back already. A little early for that, but oh well, I did.
I'm going in. Where are my juice boxes? You earning your juice boxes, Rick?
What's that?
Are you earning your juice boxes?
Geico can help when
I
you're
don't.
locked out with their easy app and 24/7.
You need to do that. What's that? You earning your juice boxes?
No.
You're not. Come on. You got to earn your juice boxes. Your juice
Actually,
boxes.
well, actually, I don't know. I can't tell if I am or not.
If you're watching the stream on Twitch, then you're earning juice boxes.
Well, yeah, I am watching on Twitch,
Where's
but I can't tell. I must be earning juice boxes.
where's your red beacon?
I don't know. It's above my head.
I don't see it.
Oh,
You see it, do you?
oh yeah, I see it.
Huh.
Doesn't really help if I can see it on me and no one else can see it on me, though.
Yeah, I just passed you and I didn't know your beacon.
I don't know if it's this bike or the new drafting mechanics, but I don't really like it. I was noticing yesterday that it was a struggle just to stay in place in the group when I was riding with Coco. It's kind of doing that today.
So, yes, my sore thumb. And was mentioning to Rick that I have a sore thumb, and I was struggling to tie my shoelaces before the start of the ride. Making a garden arch, Eolander. So I put in 14 posts in the ground, and then had a 16-foot by 50-inch cattle fence panel made up from 1/4-inch round bar welded together to make a fence panel. They're kind of bendy when you get to the end, but they're not very bendy when you try to snake them over a T-post. So it bit me. It squished my thumb between the T-post and the fence panel. So one corner of my thumbnail is a nice shade of purple right now. I think it's questionable whether I'll lose the thumbnail or not. Time will tell.
Did that once when I had a short stint in carpentry. We were putting in the floor joists on a house, and I was using like a short-handled mallet to bang my side into place, and I hit my thumb instead of the board on one of them. So I stopped for a moment to deal with that, and then sure enough, nail fell off. That was the first time I've ever had a nail fall off.
Well, I've lost both of my thumbnails.
Interesting process.
Yeah, both of my thumbnails, toenails, each time I run a marathon. I don't know, maybe it's something like leaders don't see it. So, hey there, Carol. That's a good question. So, pack dynamics, and Zwift keeps tweaking it. There is no way to wreck out on this. And some of us have the ability to steer within the pack as well. I have that, so I can you go over to the right, or you go over to the left. And then lets me select where I am in the pack and get best draft or take shorter corners.
If there was a way to wreck in this, it probably wouldn't be very fun because there'd be people out there trying to wreck everybody.
Well,
all the time.
Yeah, and then there's the added added fun, if you want to call it that, where not only could we potentially wreck within the environment, and this is called Zwift, by the way, wreck within the environment, I can wreck in real life as well. I'm riding on rollers. My bike is not fixed in any way, shape or form to my trainer. I'm just riding on 3 drums. Imagine 3 rolling pins, and my bike just sat on top of the rolling pins. And that's what I'm riding on. And yeah, I have ridden off the side of them a couple of times while I've been streaming, so keep watching. Today might be your lucky day, and you see me do it today. Hopefully not. So there's been new terms coined. It's because of how close the riders are together. It gets called a blob. And blobs travel quickly. Drafting takes effect in this environment. For those on the front,
better than it used to be when we used to just ride through each other.
Yeah, there is some interaction in between the avatars, at least. No, I showed you my steering before. Oh, Tom said it. Tom said beans. Yeah, so if I steer while I'm in the blob, I can't steer through someone. They have to, or I have to move to a point where I can move to the side. Whereas if I'm in open space, I can steer a lot more easily. So this is me. I'm steering to the left right now, trying to move out to the left, but because there's other riders there, it's moving me slowly. As other riders get out of the way, I'll slowly move over. I'm still steering left, and I'm still in the middle of the pack right now. But I can't move. We get out to the front of this pack. And now if I steer, I can move a lot more freely. The red markers coming up when I get to the extent of the travel that I can make.
Yeah, Andy's just off on the front of the pack, just weaving, swerving all over the place.
So, yeah, I see Terry Patton on the ride as well. Michelle leading. Husband and wife. funny. Oh dear, toilet humour is always the best.
Why is she saying that?
Don't know. The right one, Charlie? Have one back. Give out the right on to you. Confetti! Going for the sprinty bit.
Hey.
Nice time.
It doesn't feel like a nice time. Good day. I feel like I'm now feeling June and July's fatigue.
Patty gooey.
It's hitting me on this week. I haven't really done any rest. I think I've said I was going to do rest week, and then they don't happen. Hey, Bear. Good morning.
Hey there. How we doing, my friend? Bear. Another Twitch streamer, cyclist, and rower. You're on a rest week.
I should
Nice.
turn this week into a rest week.
160 miles across Indiana on a gravel bike.
That's the range one, right?
How far down in Indiana are you, Bear? Because I'm going to be in the neck of the woods of the northern part of it, South Michigan, in a couple of weeks' time.
If I remember correctly, I think Bear is in Michigan, southern Michigan.
Oh. Yeah, my US 40, South Central Michigan. Okay, well, I'll be in Berrien Springs, St. Joseph area, in a few weeks' time, dropping my kids off at Andrews University. I've been dropped. Time to catch up. That'll do. Now it gives me a feather.
I have one too. Whew.
Yeah. Oh, you know my surname, and you'll also probably know that there's a place called Lawton in Michigan. We were travelling back one day back home and passed by Lawton on the highway, and so we went into town, took a few photographs, me next to the city limit sign, the drugstore and the high school and the water tower, all with my surname on it. So we were just about to leave town, head back to the highway, and as we were coming back towards the highway, police car passed in the opposite direction. I looked at Yolanda, my wife, said, "Got to do it." We turned around and followed this cop car. He pulled over into a parking lot. I pulled up behind him. The guy's probably wondering what's going on here. I walked up to his window and explained that my surname is Lawton, and that my dad back in the UK is part of the police in the UK. Would he mind if I took a photograph of the side of his cruiser? No, he said, "Do you want me to turn the lights on?" So I got a photograph of a Lawton police car. Sent out to my dad. He had it printed and had it on his desk in work. Sophia Bear, are you in the Grand Rapids area? Been there as well. So I work for Kimberly Clark, and we bought Jackson Safety in Grand Rapids. At one point, came over there to have a look at their manufacturing processes, and we got permission to use the ferry to come back home.
Michigan kind of reminds me, as far as its placement, it reminds me of Maine, except it's better placed. But Michigan's kind of like Maine, where unless if you're going to Michigan, there's no reason to drive through Michigan. So I don't think I've ever been to Michigan. I've been so close to Michigan. Maine's the same way, unless if you're going to one of the Canadian Maritimes. You're just not going through Maine.
Wow. Yeah, so when we're coming through to drop the kids off for university, we're trying to decide whether to bring the camper or stay in a hotel. I think you just made the decision for me there. That was when I tow the camper, I get 8 miles to the gallon. I'll fill up here. It'll take a tank full and a bit, tank and a half, over $100 of fuel to get to the site. And it's same to come back, but if it's gone up that much, then it'll be more.
So one thing that's interesting that I've noticed around Maine is, other than New Hampshire and Massachusetts license plates, around the city I live in, Bangor, Michigan is probably the third most popular out-of-state license plate all year round. For some reason, there was a ton of people from Michigan that moved here, like after 2008, and it continues to happen. Not sure why. I actually had some friends that moved from Michigan to here. They lived here for about like 6 years, and then they moved back recently. I think they're from Grand Rapids. I used to play kickball with them. That's a sport you can get injured in. Because when you play kickball as a kid, like every special event in school, and it's just so easy to do. And then you go to play as an adult and you tear your quad after the first kick.
I think everywhere has a banger. What have you got floating in front of you, Rick? You've got something floating under your chin.
Oh, that's my my earbud strappy doohickey thing. It kind of looks cool though, right?
Well, I wondered what it was. Rick does magic.
Man, that sprint really got me. Yesterday I was doing zone 2 with sprints mixed in because I was also feeling fatigued. And I was really only planning, I was going to do short zone 2. I ended up going a little longer than expected. And I wasn't planning on the sprints. And now today, that sprint really got me. Mixed with that sweep on the first half a kilometer. Yeah. Toys R Us here is now a Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, so I was just about to say, I think there's a banger in every state. Got one in Wisconsin as well that I found fairly recently. I was going to take a photograph of the city limits sign and send it to Rick. In fact, I think I did that on one trip, didn't I? I can't remember where that was. That might have been Michigan.
Yeah, I think so. And Can't remember if it's Bangor, Michigan or Bangor, Minnesota. Or maybe it's not even Bangor. Never mind. I think I'm mixing stories. There is one place in, I think it's in Minnesota, where they have a Paul Bunyan statue. And so they call themselves the birthplace of Paul Bunyan. But we also have a Paul Bunyan statue in Bangor, which is actually a better looking Paul Bunyan statue if you look them up. It's a lot more detailed. But it's
Does he have sore feet?
Bangor. Bangor used to be a logging town. So that's when they decided to do that for that heritage. I think it was like around the bicentennial. But like all of the houses that are up like around Stephen King's neighborhood and stuff were all like the lumber barons.
There he is, not dropping names again.
Oh yeah. I don't think he lives here anymore though. It's funny because now he doesn't live here anymore and there's more people than ever showing up to his house. This has to be the busiest summer I've seen as far as that goes. They've actually like finally, after all these years, they got rid of the one in Bangor doesn't have docks, but I do think the one in either Minnesota, I think it's Minnesota. Is it Minnesota? Minnesota sounds like the place. But yeah, now the Paul Bunyan statue has been moved to sit in front of the Cross Insurance Arena. Or no, center. This one's the center. And it was moved to fit the bigger arena in. It is a cool little thing to have. It's like right in front of the casino. It's in between like the casino and the arena, so you get a lot of people visiting. There's always people around it taking pictures. It's either that or at Stephen King's house. But yeah, I haven't seen him at all this year, so I'm thinking he isn't living up here anymore.
Maybe some cranky old woman got him tied up to a bed.
He's also pretty busy too. It seems like he's got a lot of projects going on. The older he gets, the busier he gets, it seems. He was always, even when he was younger, he still kind of looked a little older than his age. Because he has that look like he just sits over some sort of over like a laptop and just writes books all day. And he has very hunched over shoulders. And whenever he walks up and down the street, he's always carrying a notebook with him. And whenever I try to take pictures to send them to Andy, he always hides behind a telephone pole. I can see him with my eyes just walking, but then I take a picture and all of a sudden there's a telephone pole right in front.
That's some time. And yeah, practice steering. It's the first time I tried steering on Zwift on rollers. Was almost disastrous multiple times.
Whoa, where'd everybody go? Why is my connection disconnected? Oh no, this is gonna mess me all up.
Don't stop, just keep going.
Now.
You can come back.
Yeah, well, I was in a coffee. The only problem is I was in a coffee stop.
Oh, that's not good.
Nope. I might be long gone. Wow, what is going on? Well, this is interesting. I'm still connected in Discord, so it's not internet related.
No, you're right. It's not. That's the first thing that people jump to. It's your internet connection. It's obviously not, because you're still talking to me.
That's the only reason why I have Discord. Just to double check my internet connection. Yeah, right. Wow. All right, now it says, now it doesn't say connection disabled, but I'm all alone. I don't see you guys anywhere.
All by myself.
I think this is another
I think I just
ODivaz
lost
that I've been.
half the viewership there.
shooting.
I'm sorry. I won't sing anymore.
Ooh, I'm gonna do. Can you see my message at all?
See anything?
Nope, no message.
I'll let everyone know.
And for one, I wanted to use my coffee stop. Now I can't do that. And for two, now I'm not with the group anymore. I'm pedaling way too hard. Oh, there's everybody. Woo! I'm back! I'm back!
Are you back with
Wow,
the group?
how did that work out? Yeah, I wasn't even that far back. Nice. I'm happy I kept pedaling hard.
The only thing you can do. Still up to you with the red beacon though. I was just going to ask that. Beat me to it, Charlie.
One day I'm gonna get this beautiful bean sponsorship.
Hey,
Yeah.
Graham. Thanks for liking the stream, my friend. You racing tomorrow with us? fusion means multiple things to me. This happens to be what Yesu called their digital voice standard.
Who's in the back?
Oh, feather.
Oh, should go get them.
Going. Charlie Giant. Beer Bears is taking his trash out wearing his Ride Across Indiana shirt. Like there's rain. Yeah. So I was at EAA yesterday, Beer Bear, down in Oshkosh. And my radio club, my amateur radio club, yeah, special event station. Get the kids involved and on the air. I'll be there again on Friday. Well, I took a bit of a walk. I was manning the station in the morning. Took a bit of a walk in the afternoon. There's also another special event station that Icon put on. One of the many radio manufacturers. So anyway, we'll walk over to visit them. And I got lost. By the time I got back, there was a big black cloud coming towards us. Oh, I got back just in time. Yeah, it rained. It was only for about 10 minutes, but it rained.
I hope the ride across Indiana is better than the drive across Indiana.
That's a point.
I've done that many times.
Did you have to pay tolls for your
many
bear?
times. And it is horrible. Yeah, I can't even believe you have to pay tolls for that. It's like, why? The whole idea of let's make trucks have a different speed limit than cars, but let's also only make it a 2-lane highway. Absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Oh.
I'm about to try to get citizenship so I can become an elected official and maybe do something about this.
Well, I've lived here 17 years now, and I've only just got round to getting I-passes for the vehicles.
From Illinois?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I've had them.
we're traveling it a heck of a lot more now than we ever used to because of the kids being in Andrews University. So
That's kind of hilarious, though, because I live in Maine and I've had an iPass for about, I feel like it's been 10 years now.
Yeah.
In fact, we don't use the Easy Pass where that's what you use on the East Coast, but we just have an iPass, which is always kind of interesting to like mention that and be like, what? Why do you have an iPass? You're like, well, because if you've ever traveled through Chicago, it's one of the most expensive cities to try to use the expressway through. But also because of all the trips we made to Wisconsin back in the day.
Yeah, it's actually
now,
better
all
to
that family
go around the outside
all
of
that-
Chicago, toll-wise.
all of that family now lives in Rosemont, so we'd still have to pay those tolls to get there, but still on the outer end of the expressway. But it is a little less travel.
Yeah, I mean the shortest route for us to get to Michigan is to take the Chicago Skyway, but that is not the fastest, and it's certainly not the cheapest. So we go down
I can't
past.
remember which one the one.
We stay on the
Is that the one that
294.
goes by O'Hare?
That's the way that we go.
Okay. That's
There's
not the fastest
construction.
one?
That's the fastest way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say.
It's not the shortest. The shortest is to take the Skyway
I mean,
through Chicago.
The outer lane is like what? I think the speed limit's like 90 on the outer lane. Or on the inner lane, I guess you'd say. Pretty sure it's 90. I don't think I've ever done less than 90 in that lane.
Well, I certainly have.
But yeah, there was the one day that I decided to go a different route. So I was like, you know what? Let's head in more towards downtown. Check things out. Mistake. That was a good 6-hour stay in Chicago in traffic.
I used to have pay-by-plate account set up, so we just get credit card and just get charged when it's all plates. But you pay the full toll price then, rather than the half price that you pay when you have an iPass. So I decided before the kids start this year, with us having 2 kids there, and we'll be having 3 or maybe even 4 vehicles travelling back and forth, that I'd sort iPasses out. So I converted the account to an iPass account, went to order 4 of the window stickers, and it would only let me order 2. Oh, that's strange. Right, okay, well, I'll order 2. And I'll get the kids to set up their own accounts. I ordered 2. They arrived a couple of days ago. And I thought, well, I wonder if I can, now I've got those 2, I can order any more. So I tried ordering another 2, and yep, I was able to order another 2. So we're all on one account again.
Yeah, I think Chicago is the most expensive toll city that I've ever been in. New York comes close just because of all the bridges, and the bridges can be a massive lump sum of money depending on what time of day it is. But Orlando is also surprisingly expensive because just about every single road is a toll highway in Orlando, or every, freeway option. And they're every like mile. It's insane. But I think Chicago is more, because Boston really isn't even that bad. Boston is fine if you travel through Boston. They will hardly charge you at all. It's just if you stop in the city and you want to place your car in any place, you're paying insane amounts of money. But I mean, that's really any city that's congested. But for some reason, Chicago does not let you just pass go. They want to collect all of your $200. Chicago's like, ooh, you want to go up there? Well, here's this option that's the fastest, so your GPS will always send you through it. And we'll just have $20 tolls and stuff. What is the highest toll on that one anyway?
Don't know.
It's something double digits, isn't it?
I don't know. I've been stung with bills that have been double digits.
I definitely feel like we've never passed through Chicago without it being at least $30, which is just crazy for an hour of driving. But I mean, there's always other options too, other roads, but you just never know what's going to happen unless if you drive them a lot. And with my family, you do not want to get stuck in traffic. My family has this weird allergic reaction to traffic where the moment that you get completely congested and the car comes to a stop, the bladder kicks in. Everybody has to pee. Nobody can wait. It becomes chaos. Moods begin to turn bad. Ah, it's horrible. And usually it's my fault.
Well, at that point, you what you need, hey, Vonnie, thanks for liking the stream. What you need is an emergency can of beans. and a couple of
I'll
spoons.
eat the beans.
No.
I'll eat the beans.
Share them.
And then be like, here, pee in this tin.
Oh, share them. When a family can't argue if their mouths are full.
That's true. They're anything like me, though. Their mouths aren't full for long, because I can house a can of beans. Give me a big spoon, and I'll put short work to it. Yeah, we've had 2 just last year that I remember that ended up being huge blow-ups. Grace is pretty good. I guess Heidi's the problem. There we go. Heidi's the problem. So I'll end up... it was St. Patty's Day. Should have known better. But we were on our way to Providence for a cheer competition. And so if you take 93, that goes right through Boston, downtown Boston. And you end up riding in the tunnels, all that stuff. I just thought it'd be funny. We're making a good time. I was like, let's go see the buildings. Let's go get in the busyness. Let's do it. Except 93 these days. I used to travel it a lot like 20 years ago now. But there was times where it was not congested. That's not a thing anymore. Now it's congested all the time, I guess. And especially on St. Paddy's Day. Apparently a lot of people want to go to Boston. And so we ended up getting stuck there for a little over an hour. And it was the moment that we stopped. It was, I have to pee. Uh-oh, here we go. I was like, I don't think we're going to be out of this till Quincy.
So when we were coming back from Florida, we're almost at Gary, and heading into Illinois, and it says, when's the next rest stop? And I know that there's a rest stop pretty much as you get into Illinois on the it's a 94 or the 294 at that point. But so I'm saying, well, there's a sign for the rest stop, and she's in the middle lane, not in the right lane. A mile to go, and she's still not in the right lane. She's passing other traffic. It's driving here. So there's the exit, and she's still in the second lane. So she missed that stop because you wouldn't slow down and pull over into the lower traffic. So she learned something that day. And to do another 50 miles to Lake Forest.
Yeah. The other pee situation happened only, no, I guess this wasn't last year. Yeah, this was last year, not this year. Okay. So yeah, the other pee situation was the Florida cheer trip last year, where we were on I-4, which is the north-south highway in Florida on the west, or well, central, I guess, where Disney is right off of that. And it also has a lot of connecting. It's a junction there. And it is, if it's sunny out, it's probably jammed up. And we got jammed in it. Oh, I lost it. I'm the type of person that when I'm driving, I won't even be in traffic, but I'll have to pee really bad, but I'll be like, all right, 40 miles to the next rest area. I'll go ahead and hold it. We're making good time right now.
I'm going to finish this kilometre out here. Hello.
I'm also
I've got another coffee stop here.
also
4 minutes. All right.
I'm also the one that rides the bike a lot. If you ride bikes a lot, you tend to have that side of you where you're like, yeah, push a little further. You tend to be the one that can just sit there and tolerate the uncomfortableness for the purpose of being faster or making up time.
and it's fucking stop. I need someone to plug onto. What they do? They're right ahead of me.
I'm right in front. It's amazing the difference between this Shimano group set compared to my SRAM group set and shifting. I decided to switch to the small ring, which ended up being a whole like trying to maneuver, trying not to put too much power down so that I wouldn't lose the chain. On SRAM, it's just so easy. You just push some buttons and bam, and it goes so fast.
I think your shifting needs a tune-up then. There ain't much difference between properly adjusted manual and electronic shifting.
I don't know. One of these days, you might get to ride my bike and then get a chance to use that SRAM. It's insane, the difference.
I've experienced both, Rick.
Okay. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane how fast it goes. I only had the chain skip off once when I was switching to small ring, which was a horrible experience. I hate that because then the first thing I think is, oh, my frame.
Once you get over the motorized section of it, the way that the derailleur moves the chain is identical in both cases.
Yeah.
You know,
but it
it moves the
doesn't seem
cage.
like it. It doesn't seem like it when it's in motion. It's like just so smooth. It's almost like virtual shifting in a way. There's just like, you just hear the mechanical whir, well, at least when it's the front derailleur, and then it's just like boom there, and then you can like when you hit that, you can still like catch up and shift into a higher gear before it's even kicked in, so that you're like already set to go in a matter of a second. Whereas this, it's like crank it, pop pop, and that's like a 3-second shift there, plus being careful not to put the power down. But this is also it's a Sora group set, so it's not the most expensive Shimano has to offer.
Even electronic shifting, you shouldn't shift under power.
Oh, I do. At least when I need to. In a race situation, I do.
Like I said, once you get past the electronic portion of it, it's identical to mechanical shifting.
But I mean, it'd probably also be better to compare an Ultrega group set to, the SRAM.
Yeah.
Not a Sora group set.
Right. I'm going to end up doing 41 kilometers here, unless you stop at 25 miles.
I don't know. Probably should. Yeah, because I do need to also rest up a little bit. Yesterday I was going to go nice and light. And I did, but I went light for 40 miles. Which was not recovery. Kind of was, but it wasn't. According to my numbers, it wasn't. And Garmin decided that I am unproductive yet again. Big old slap in the face.
I'm saying
I
nothing.
think Garmin's trying to tell me I just need to rest for a little bit. I think if I rest, all of a sudden Garmin will be like, all right, now you're doing good. Because I have been like, lately it's like I'm just forcing it because I want it to do better. I want Garmin to do better. I know I'm capable of riding at the top end of what it thinks I should ride at. but pretty much all of my load is above the green line, and then once in a while, when I rest up, I drop down to the top of the green line. And I've hoped that eventually something will give and it will move the green line up, but that hasn't happened so far. I do like the feeling I get when I rest up pretty good. I come back and it's like I feel unstoppable.
Yeah.
Currently, I feel stoppable. I would like to plan it though, to like be like rest up a little bit just in time for ZRL to start.
Yeah, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that this time round.
Are you going to join us in the morning?
I'd like to.
You're going
I'd rather race in the mornings.
to end up doing 3 teams.
No, no.
That's a good team in the evening too. It's just unfortunate that they're all West Coasters.
Yeah.
But I think if you join us in the morning, though, we'll also have a good team. Especially in September. I feel like there is that little bit of a slump after the holidays where everybody's kind of losing all their summer shape and maybe haven't been on the bike for a while.
Losing a summer shape. What's a summer shape?
It's a little slender. It's a little more slim than than the winter after holiday shape, I think. That's usually when my belly starts making an appearance again.
Winter bulking.
Yes. I have to, or else. I mean, I'm always complaining about being chilly and having goosebumps when I first started, and it was 73 in here. It's absurd.
Yeah, adding layers of blubber.
I don't know what my body fat content is right now, but I bet it's low.
And mine's not as low as it has been. Be lower.
Mine's not as low as when I had my race last month. I've definitely gained a little more belly fat since then, but apparently my weight's still low though. But I do need to get another smart. I wonder how accurate those smart scales are, where they can tell you your body fat percentage and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure I list them.
Did you end up getting the one you found last night?
Yes. It's all set up.
Good move.
So yeah, let's talk about that before I pull the stream down. So I walked in Goodwill last night. Went over to the electronics area, like I usually do. 2 of the 3 monitors that I've got in front of me right now came from Goodwill, and I did not pay more than $10 for a full high def digital input monitor. So yeah, on the shelf there was a rather nice looking bathroom scale. That looks interesting. So I picked it up. It's a Withings Body Plus bathroom scale. Still available on Amazon and Walmart for between $100 and $120. I paid $6, sorry. Or was it $7? I can't remember. One or the other. I've got to look now. Oh.
That's the thing. I want to go to Goodwill now. But I bet you never find what you're looking for at Goodwill. You just find what you didn't know you were looking for.
$6. I paid $5.99 for a set of $120 scales, thinking that there was probably something wrong with it. I mean, there was a foot missing, but I found out that they're optional. They're carpet feet, so I took the other 3 off. They're not needed. Paid paired it with my phone, did the upgrade, connected it to my wireless IoT network rather than my home network, and it works.
I
A $6 bathroom scale.
I do love that. I really could have used that this year with not drinking anymore and watching the weight decline.
I'm blowing in the face.
It would have been fun to just kind of map that along the way.
So, what was I going to ask? Alright, you don't have one, do you? I was going to ask. So, I need to figure out how to get the rest of the family set up on this thing, and how to switch between people on it. I
do have.
Well,
I know with mine, you had to. I think it was everybody can get their own app, and then it can just tell when it's your phone, maybe. Unless if I was the only one with the app, I'm not sure, because it might have been that Heidi just looked at the screen, but I was the one tracking it.
well, there's two different ways of setting it up. You can set it up for multiple people on one account, or you can set people up with different accounts. So I need to figure out which is the best way to do it. But yeah, apparently it's the same as the one that Justin has. Justin paid a lot more for his than I did for mine.
Yeah, I didn't think about doing that, like, because at this point I don't even mind if it's just just a regular scale.
Yeah,
it's just that when you go to buy a new regular scale, they're actually quite a bit more expensive than you would imagine they would be.
Our other scale was acting
like
up,
half
so
the
it
price
was.
of digital.
Our other scale was acting up, so it's time for me to do something with it. Nope, I've got background noise coming through. Let me sort that out. No, it's gone now. Never mind. I won't sort it out. I'll pull the stream down. Oh, excuse me. I will try that again. I'm going to pull the stream down now anyway. Renfor smart scale.
I feel like
Nice.
that might be the one that mine ended up being done in because it was in the bathroom and somebody stepped on it on the corner, and so I'm guessing it did one of those lift up and then smash down and broke one of the pads, which is where all the weighing is.
Yeah.
So it'll still give you a weight, but it's somewhere between 20 pounds high or low, and it's constantly switching.
Give or take 20 pounds.
Yeah. And it will give or take them every half a second.
Right. Well, I will be racing the team time trial tomorrow, so we won't have a stream this time tomorrow morning, but we will have one in about 4.5 hours for tomorrow. So come back and join us then. We'll turn ourselves inside out racing a team time trial. Rick, have a good day. Beer Bear and everybody else out there, likewise. Have a great Wednesday, middle of the week.
Probably see you on Pookie's, or talk to you on Pookie's stream later when I'm having my lunch.
Yeah, you too, Beer Bear. Thanks for joining us this morning. Go and say it, Rick.
Bye-bye.
There we go. Rick said it. Bye for now, everybody. Take care.